Okay. Yesterday, I talked to you a little bit about doing what's called the closed reading passage each week that goes along with our weekly story. So the passage that I chose yesterday and that I showed you in Seesaw, I'm actually going to delete off because I don't like it. It's too hard and I just didn't like the flow of it, so I found a different one. So I'm going to go through this with you again today. The first thing I need you to remember is that last week we were working on words that had that ah sound in the middle. Say it with me, ah, which is the letter A, ah, okay? This reading passage, and I wrote off to the side, has this word family, A-T. This is a word family and it makes the sound at. Say it with me, at. Let me hear you. At. A-T says at. A-T says at. Okay, so today when we are going through our reading strategies, it's going to be easier for us to figure out some of these words because we're going to be using this reading or this word family pattern, at. Okay? So the first thing that we have to do, remember I told you yesterday, let's review our reading strategies, okay? Reading strategy 1, have I seen this word before? Reading strategy 2, can I build it? Reading strategy 3, does it make sense? So we are going to go ahead and in our first reading strategy, have I seen this word before? Just like we did yesterday, we're going to be word detectives. So we're going to go through and underline all of the sight words that we already know. Okay, and as we underline them, we're going to say them. Now, I'm going to underline sight words that you should have learned in kindergarten. If you don't remember them, it's okay, all right? I'm just modeling this, but if you don't remember those words, that's all right. Okay, so remember, I'm just going to be a word detective and I'm going to look at my passage. And I'm looking for words that I've seen before. And I already see one in the first sentence that we learned last week, is. So I'm going to underline that and say the word. Say it with me, is. Okay, I'm going to come to the next sentence because I see another, is. Say it with me, is. I see a sight word you should have learned in kindergarten. This is the word and. So I'm going to underline it and say it with me, and. This word we learned in kindergarten, it's the word she. Say it with me, she. 2, with, will, on, the. Oh, here's that word with again, with. Here's she, at, the. Okay, so we already know a lot of the words in this passage. So we won't have to build that many words, okay? Let me remind you before we start reading. When we build a word, you want to start with the first sound. You want to make your lips make that very first sound that you see. Then you go on and you stretch out the sounds from there. So let's sound out our first word in the title right here. Now remember, I'm going to put a box around this because remember our word family pattern. A-T says at. Look what I found. So when I stretch out this word and I see that AT, all I have to say is at. Okay, let's try it. Ats. Gnats. Say it with me. Gnats. Let's stretch this one out. Pet. Pet. Look at this next word. Do you see an AT? Because I do. Let's stretch it out. At. Cat. We read the title. Let's read it all together. Gnats, pet, cat. Okay, when we start reading, we start at the top left. Here we go. Gnats, pet, cat is, I don't know this one. What's that first sound? A. Let me see. My lights always do that. Let me see if I can say a word that might make sense. Gnats, pet, cat is named. Oh, look at this word. Do you see that AT? At, pat. Gnat's pet cat is named Pat. Pat is sassy. And do you see that AT? Since you guys are at home, you don't have to worry about disrupting the class. So anytime we come to a word and you see that AT, you can shout out at home, I see an AT. At, fat. So that second sentence, Pat is sassy and fat. She likes to pull. She likes to pull. What word would make sense there? What word would make sense that starts with a pull? She likes to play. Does that make sense? She likes to play with her favorite toy. Shout it out. AT, at. Rat. That, there's another AT. That silly cat will play on the mat. AT. With her toy rat. Look at all these words that have that at sound. She pats. See that T-A-T? She pats at the toy rat. Nat loves that silly cat Pat. Okay. So, you watch this video. You are going to go into Seesaw to complete your assignment using this passage, okay? Let me know if you have any questions.